Back again with another episode of your coach, fitness and health and fitness coach, Reggie. Our subject today, what we're going to talk about is biblical secrets of strength and health. What can you learn from the Bible when it comes to your strength and health? Well, if you study the ancient Hebrew diet, it's basically a mixed diet. But of course, natural foods, and it would be organic back in that time. And of course, it would be kosher. So close as you can get to that, probably the better off you're going to be. Now, one part of the Bible says, let your food be goat's milk. Now, raw milk, like in a cow, or raw milk on a goat is far superior than this other stuff you're drinking if you want to build up your body. Give you an example. Way back in the day, there's a guy called Royal Blair. I believe that is his name anyway. He's a nutritionist to the stars. He was the nutritionist for Bobby Riggs back when he did that thing of the sexes where he played tennis with Billie Jean King. And his whole thing was milk and egg protein. Way back in the day, he was trying to do good, bodybuilding, he was lifting weights, and nothing was working for him. And he started drinking raw milk, and he started making progress. And then later on, he came to a conclusion that eggs was even better for building up the body than just raw milk. And that's why most protein drinks, including his that actually worked, were kind of a combination of milk and egg protein. And there's a lot of other stuff out there at the time. Like that was a big thing back in the 70s, I guess, in the 80s was protein drinks, protein shakes. And you could save all that time and all that money by just drinking raw goat's milk or raw cow's milk. Or if you really wanted to gain weight like you were a football player, drink raw buttermilk. That would put that weight on and put it on quick. And but people were wasting the time. I mean, even he learned milk and egg protein was the way to go for his protein drink. You didn't need it, but his was more effective than most of the drinks out there. Matter of fact, many of the top bodybuilders used his stuff while advertising for Joe Weider. They advertised Joe Weider's drink, and they drank that guy's drink, which I've already forgot his name, but it'll come back to me. Anyway, biblical strength, secrets of strength and health. Like when most people think of somebody strong back in the Bible, they think of Samson. Now, of course, God gave us strength. God gave us all life. But what were the secondary features? Well, he ate naturally. He stuck to a strict diet. But in his case, I'll give you an example. Most people think of him when they think of somebody super strong in the Bible, because what did he do that made him so famous? He killed a lion, killed it very easily. Killed it I think the description is like rending a kid. I mean, it's like taking a baby goat and tearing it apart, right? Kind of gross, but that's what he did to the lion. So, better the lion than him. But there was another guy in the Bible that was even more impressive that people seem to miss out on, and that was David. Long before he killed Goliath, he killed both a bear and a lion. Now, how did he kill the lion? How did he kill the bear? Well, according to the Bible, he grabbed them by the beard. That's one translation, grabbed him by the beard. But according to Joseph Flavius, I guess his name was, the famous Jewish historian, he grabbed the bear and grabbed the lion by the tail. Now, if you're going to grab somebody by the tail and kill him, that'd be like you'd grab a little cat, swing it around, and bash it on the ground. Splat, bang, done. So that's more impressive to me than just killing a lion. Killed a bear and a lion. That's why he was so confident when he went up against Goliath. Because before he went up against Goliath, he picked 5 smooth stones. Why 5 when he only needed 1? Because if you'll study the Bible, there were 4 other giants out there. 1 giant, 1 stone. Done. He is very confident. So you can study the diet from back then. And here's another side thing. A lot of people back then are trying to make out to these ancient Hebrews, and Jesus Christ himself was a vegetarian. Well, that doesn't fit the narrative at all, because if you even worship the Jewish holy days, you're going to have to eat a little meat. So you can't be a vegetarian. But like it even says in Psalms that goat's milk be your food. Goat's milk raw goat's milk, I think, is even better than raw cow's milk, although that's superior than most of the stuff in the stores, raw cow's milk. Organic, you can get it. Just like raw goat's milk, organic, you can get it the best way. And it's just full of everything you need, just full of great nutrition. It's like a nutrient-dense food. Very good for you. And a lot of people who not digest cow's milk can digest goat's milk. Try and see how it works for you. A lot of people are lactose intolerant, don't have a problem with goat's milk. Now, some people don't like the goaty taste. I myself have found that if you get the milk from what's called pygmy goats, it's a sweeter milk and less goaty. So you might want to try it. And another thing good about goat's milk is it's got ash in it. Now, what's the ash? It helps alkalize the body. And if you'll watch some of my earlier videos, how alkalizing the body is very good for you in preventing disease. It's very hard for a properly alkalized body to get sick. This is my opinion on the subject. You can do your own research. So if you don't want to waste time and money, forget the protein drinks, forget the protein shakes. Just go with raw cow's milk, raw goat's milk, and eggs. Like I would, however you want to make them, but like boiled or soft boiled. Now, Royal Blair, I think I'm saying his name right. He had a special way of slow boiling them. They kept more of the nutrients in, but hard boiled or soft boiled, either way is good. And I've heard that like in Germany, in the burn wards, they give everybody at least 20 hard boiled eggs a day because they need this to rebuild their body. Cholesterol is not nearly the problem people make it out to be. You got to have it to build. If you're looking to build up your lean muscle mass, you're going to have a little cholesterol in there besides protein. I mean, protein by itself does not build the body. It's got to have the other nutrients in it as well. Everything all works together. Don't keep trying to isolate stuff, trying to find out what works together. So quit wasting your time and money with these protein drinks. We learned, at least I learned way back in the day, you don't need them, you can do without them. Go with raw milk, raw goat's milk, far superior than any protein drink out there. Add eggs to it if you want, and it's all good. Like way back in the day, they had this, give you an example, Bob Hoffman had a bunch of protein drinks out there besides Joe Weider. Both of them probably made a lot of money with their protein drinks. Bob Hoffman had a drink out there called Protein from the Sea. One of the nastiest things I've ever drank in my life. But back then, I was lifting weights, trying to get stronger. Dumb kid. What did I know? But, I mean, if you can drink that protein from the sea, you're doing something because that was nasty. And another thing, I mean, he was very popular. He had a quick gain weight protein drink, which now we found out was mostly made out of sugar. Just mostly sugar. I mean, even Bruce Lee had Ted Wong drink that stuff, trying to make him gain weight. So remember, just because somebody's supposed an expert doesn't mean he's always right. Because that quick gain weight, trying to use that is stupid. It's only stupid if once you know it's wrong and you continue to use it. Let's call it ignorant instead of stupid. It was ignorant. Bruce Lee was ignorant on this point. That doesn't mean he's always right about everything, as amazing as Bruce Lee was. So remember that when these so-called experts, doesn't mean just because they're an expert, doesn't mean they're right about everything. So you always got to take your own responsibility, do your own research, even in my case. But then again, I'm not selling you anything. It's all free, right? Take it or leave it. All right, that's it for today. Now, it's all free, but if you would do me a favor and subscribe to this channel and press like if you like it. Now, if you have any questions, I'm way open answering questions. If you disagree with me, keep it yourself. I don't care. This is my thoughts, my opinions, what I personally believe and know that works. So go with it. Don't go with it. It's up to you. See you all later. Catch you. Goodbye.